Are you looking for some games or simple Christmas gifts? Today I have some one-player games that are beloved in our family. Hello and welcome back to Raising Arrows Mama. My name is Heather, mom to 7, soon to be 8. And today I wanted to share some simple gifts you can get at most stores or you can get online pretty cheaply, depending on the sales. So these are one-player games. Every year at Christmas, we get a big family game, and we have a lot of favorites, and that'll be a future video. We've also done some game schooling in the past, so I can share that too. But I wanted to share some one-player games because whether you are have an only child, or you have a large family, one-player games come in very handy because it's something that they can do even if not everybody's getting along. So I have 5 simple games, and I'm going to share my favorite for the very end. So first up is Simon, and it's been around since the 90s. You know, you push the button, you can play it as a group or you can play it individually, and you press the colors and you earn points. I found it incredibly obnoxious. If you can't handle or don't have a place where you can do it quietly, you may not want this option. Okay, next up is cat crimes. And basically these are mostly logic games. I will be honest, almost all of them are logic games. Because you can do that completely independently. But cat crimes is you get these little cards where you place the cats in a certain order, you place the clues in certain orders, and then you have to solve the crime. And I had one who loved cats for a while, and so this is really great. I think there's some other versions along the same line, like dog crimes and things like that. But this has been really beloved. It says ages 8 to adult, but I think my 7-year-old was playing it. It's really, basically, if they can read it, they can play it by themselves. And they really enjoyed it. It's silly things like tangled yarn and a missing bird. Which of the 6 furry cats is responsible? And things like that. And there's 40 different ones. So yeah, once you do the 40, you kind of already know it. So that's over. But I don't think any of my kids have done all 40. There's different levels. There's beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. And they enjoy solving those simple cat crimes. Next is the very first one-player game that I got. And it is from Smart Games. You can get these at Mindware or on Amazon. And this is the absolute favorite for the longest time was Jump In. And you're given these puzzles that you have to solve. And you set it up, and then you have to move the rabbit to, no, you have to move the fox. I don't remember. I think it depends. It's ages 7 and up. There's over 60 challengers. It is a one-player game, but you try to get the rabbits to safety is what it is. You're trying to get the rabbits into the little pots or holes before the foxes and avoid the foxes. And you can only move certain ways. It sounds complicated what I'm saying, but it's a very easy one-player game. My little kids who are too young to really understand how to play like to just sit and play with it as well with their fingers. So that's enjoyable, but it gives you a lot of logic just trying to figure out where you can move, where you can't move, how many times to move, all of that. And then the Smart Games has several different varieties. Some of them are more pricey than others. You gotta kind of gauge that. One of the other ones we really loved was Smart Farmer. And in this one, the animals are all mixed up and you need to try to get them separated into their own pens. So you have horses, sheep, cows, and pigs. Again, over 60. This is ages 4 and up. So you can definitely do this with little kids. They have certain places that they move the fences to try to align the animals in their own pen so that they're separate. And my kids love this. I do recommend that you have them play it in one spot so you don't lose all pieces because it's that exciting. But they have absolutely loved it. Has different levels that you can do, but there's always only one solution to the problem. And so they're moving the fences around and they enjoy it. And last but not least is our all-time favorite one-player game. My husband even enjoys playing this. It is Canoodle. And let me see if I can open it. I don't know if I know. So you have all these different pieces and they sit in here nicely. This is perfect for in the car, travel, things like that. But they have different puzzles and they have to try to solve them. And it goes from, what is it? There's super pro, expert, advanced, genius, all of those, and there's 200 different puzzles. So we have never done all of them, but basically they have this grid on the back and you have to arrange them in certain ways to stack them and formulate to get a certain pattern, and it'll show you like part of the steps, and then you have to figure out the rest of the arrangement. So you have the easy ones start with the whole board of just arranging them, and they'll have like white spaces where you have to figure out what goes in the blank. And then it goes the back level, the hard level, you start stacking them, and it's three-dimensional now, and so that's a lot of fun. There's also a Canoodle Junior, and then there's ones that are even harder than these, which actually I may need to get one of those because like I said, my husband enjoys doing this with the kids. Colorful, simple. You know that they're all there because they fit in the hole, so it's hard to lose pieces. It even gives you the grid for setting it up. Super easy, wonderful game that is beloved in our family. So those are some solo games. If you have other one-player games that you love that are not digital, that's the thing. I mean, I know this is technically digital, but that are going to be hands-on, not digital, please leave a recommendation below because I really like screen-free options for my children, and I know a lot of other people do too. If you are a school teacher, these are great things to have on your shelf for inside recess or just quiet playtime, brain breaks, things like that. Highly recommend some of these for your classroom setting, and I would have loved them in my kindergarten classroom many years ago. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any one-player games that you recommend, and have a Merry Christmas.